Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Wings Weekly. Today we'll be talking with a couple of Aberdeen Wings players, goaltender Andrew Shortridge. We'll also be talking with forward Victor Ostling of Stockholm, Sweden. We'll also tell you about what's coming up this weekend as the Aberdeen Wings go on the road to Austin to take on the Austin Bruins, number 2 in the NAHL Central Division. That and more is coming up on this edition of Wings Weekly. And welcome back to Wings Weekly, and we're joined now by Andrew Shortridge, goaltender from Eagle River, Alaska. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, tell us a little about Eagle River, Alaska, also some time down in Arizona. Give us kind of the way through the ranks of hockey for you.
Well, I started out in Alaska. I was playing AAA there, and there was an opportunity in St. Louis before Phoenix, and I went out to play there because I thought it'd be a higher level of play, and it was for sure. It was a good step for me. And then as it progressed, moved on to Phoenix the next 2 years, and it was in this same league as St. Louis was, and it was good stepping stones, I feel, in the way in my pathway, and just kind of ended up there and ended up on the radar for Aberdeen, and just made a statement, I guess, in one way or another to get myself here.
Now, where was that statement made for the Aberdeen Wings? I mean, when did our coaching staff, scouting staff say, hey man, we're interested? I mean, was it in that league, or was it at camps, things like that?
For me, I felt it was at main camp. I felt at main camp I made it a positive impression to where they're giving me a chance to show up at training camp and just take a more in-depth look at me for the year.
Right on. Tell us a little bit about, you have a Division I commitment to Quinnipiac. Give us a little rundown of the university and why you chose Quinnipiac.
Overall, I just felt it was a perfect fit for me individually. Hockey-wise, they won the ECAC championship again, so they're such an unbelievable program. I can't even comprehend how well coached and how great it is there. And
you want your sweater now.
Yeah, that'll come in time. But academically as well, it's an unbelievable school. They had the major I want to pursue. And that definitely was icing on the cake because it's such a good two-way school, both athletically and academically. Like I said, it just ended up being the perfect fit for me. Right
on. You make your Division I commitment while as a member of the Aberdeen Wings, and part of, to this date, 28 that have made a Division I commitment just over about 4.5 seasons. So tell us a little bit about the style of play in the NA and what's been the number one thing that's kind of caught you, or some areas that you like and dislike, I guess.
Well, it's a tough league no matter which way you look at it. As a goaltender, you're not going to see a lot. You're going to fight through screens a lot of the time, and that's one of the biggest challenges I've been working on this year. That was kind of more or less new to me. With my size, I can usually just look over people, but there's more and more guys that are bigger than me or just as big as me, and so I've had to work a lot harder and fight a lot harder through screens to see pucks through traffic and just to find loose rebounds.
Tell us one final question here, and kind of give us some areas that you're working on to improve your game, whether it be in the weight room, out on the ice in practice, or even in games.
I feel I'm just trying to take everything I can and just piece by piece individually make it better, because I know last week I was working on angles, while this week I'm trying to work on speed and quickness, and it's just each part I feel I can individually make better will make me overall a better goalie in the long run.
Right on. Well, we'll wish you the best and the rest of the Aberdeen Wings and the continue for the 2014-2015 playoff push. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk with Victor Ostling, forward from Stockholm, Sweden. We'll talk with him next on Wings Weekly. Saturday, February 21st, the Aberdeen Wings partnered with the local Yelded Shriners and Shriners Hospitals for Children for a teddy bear toss. Following a first period goal by Wings forward Jackson Graylam, the over 1,600 Wings fans tossed teddy bears and stuffed animals onto the ice. All were donated to the Shriners Hospitals for Children. Over 350 bears and stuffed animals were gathered. Thank you, Wings fans, for your continued generosity and support for partners of the Aberdeen Wings organization.
So, what is love?
Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. If you know a child that needs help, please call or go online today.
And welcome back to Wings Weekly. We are joined now by Victor Ostling, forward from Stockholm, Sweden. Thanks for taking some time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, obviously the first question, and a lot of folks that come to the Wings games, we know that we have some foreign players. One of the biggest questions is, what's the difference of playing at home and playing here?
In Sweden we got the Olympic size, so it's a big difference to play on a smaller rink.
Right.
And it gets a lot more physical. And in Europe, it's not that physical as it is here. So that was the biggest change for me, I think.
So when you get to go home and play with some friends and stuff like that, you're going to bang them along the boards? And
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you talked about the Olympic-sized rink. I'm assuming that a lot more middle-of-the-ice skill is being used rather than, kind of that banging along the boards and a lot of traffic in front of the net.
Yeah, it's a lot more, skill and speed in Sweden. And here it's more like battles against walls and stuff like that. So I worked a lot on that since I came here, and I think I improved a lot. So
right on. Another question is, when you come to the Aberdeen Wings, kind of give us how you got here to Aberdeen. I mean, what was the path?
Actually, I was going to a training camp with another team, and then I've been in Florida the last 4 summers and working out and skating there. So the scout for this team, Dan Strode, I've been skating with his son, Brett Strode, who's a coach in Tampa. And he asked me if I wanted to go to a camp, and I said sure. So I went to, the main camp.
Right on. In your style of play, like you said, you've already made some changes to be a little bit harder here in the NAA. Tell us a bit about the NAA itself. What's been some things that you liked about the North American Hockey League?
It's a fast league. I think it's a lot faster than Sweden. It's more straight to the net. In Sweden, it's more about playing in the corners and stuff like that. So it's more straight to the net and get a few shots.
Like you said, you mentioned a few summers in the United States already. What's been kind of your favorite part about Aberdeen, South Dakota, as we speak?
The fans are incredible here. We don't have that in Sweden, so that's been huge to me.
Gets you pumped up?
I love that. So, and it's a small town. I like that because, Stockholm, we got 1 million people there. So it's nice to go to a small town and see how it is here.
Yeah, you bet. Well, a final thing is, what are you working on with your game, and what's your ultimate goals for playing hockey, especially here in the United States?
I'm working a lot on my physical game, battles against the walls and stuff like that. So, my goal is to play college hockey. So that's what I'm working for.
All right. Well, Victor Ostling and the rest of the Aberdeen Wings will be on the road this weekend as they take on the Austin Bruins. You can catch those games. We'll tell you all about that coming up next. Victor, thanks so much for taking some time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll join you back here on Wings Weekly in just a moment.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
And a big thanks to Andrew Shortridge, goaltender, and also forward Victor Ostling for joining us today on this week's edition of Wings Weekly. Coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon, the NAHL Central Division will be taking on the NAHL South Division in the final game of the 2015 Top Prospects Tournament, which is going on in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Those games are broadcast on fasthockey.com. Wings forward Kyle Hake and forward Bjorn Sigurdarsson are representing the NAHL Central Division and the Aberdeen Wings. Again, that game is at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, and you can catch it on fasthockey.com, or also check out our Facebook and Twitter for updates and stuff like that. Beyond that, the Aberdeen Wings are on the road this weekend as they take on the Austin Bruins. They'll be traveling to Austin for 2 games, and you can watch and listen to those games on fasthockey.com or listen on 94.1 The Rock or ESPNaberdeen.com. Always follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more updates. And again, if you're a prospectus player that is looking for a great camp to come to and a great opportunity, why not make the dream begin here with the Aberdeen Wings, and go and check out our website at aberdeenwings.com. Click on the pre-draft evaluation camp registration. It's right on the homepage. You'll see a little bar there that says that. Click on that. It gives you the full form to fill out. It also gives you all the different consent to release forms or consent to treat forms, and for our international players, it's there as well. You'll find it for the U.S. and Canadian players. All the forms that you'll need is there, and also a little bit more about our organization and our program here at the Aberdeen Wings. So go and check that out at aberdeenwings.com. And for more, just be listening this weekend as the Wings take on the Austin Bruins on the road, and check out aberdeenwings.com or Facebook and Twitter. That's been this week's edition of Wings Weekly.